Dalton, what do you think is the reason behind all of these critics not just praising this movie, but seemingly going very light on the horror genre, where it seems like all you have to be is a horror movie that's released in theaters and you'll get a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. You'll get a certified fresh. They'll love you forever. It's a masterpiece. Late Night with the Devil, new masterpiece. Why do you think this is?
I haven't thought about that too much, but now that you mention it, so in the past, horror for the most part was like, there's always been like fans of horror. There's horror, I love horror movies, but there was always this like implicit understanding that by and large horror movies were like junk food.
It's a low genre.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
For the
very
weirdos, for the creeps, for the loners, for the people that doesn't really fit in with
yeah,
like the
horror
regulars.
was
Yeah.
always like this like schlock or just
Yeah.
like it was never it was not this like anything that was aspiring to be artistic necessarily. It was spectacle and it was always fun. And then every now and then you would get like The Exorcist, which would kind of transcend, or Silence of the Lambs, a movie like that. But for most of the history of horror movies, it was like, yeah, The Evil Dead is a great movie, but it's cinematically equivalent to like like a Little Debbie oatmeal pie. It's awesome, but and it's really well made. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're not
It's
going to eat a
not
whole box of Evil Deads.
right. I think I'm making my point. And so
Yeah.
now it seems like what's happened is horror movies, I think, is this weird thing that's going on where they're still basically schlock for the most part, but now they're being presented as like art pieces. Like you're seeing more and more horror movies that are where they're trying to make them more art house, and respectable. And so because of that, I think like it's um you get what I'm trying to say, right? I'm
Yeah,
trying to I'm trying to figure this out because I have noticed this like since I think the first time I caught on to this was like the Babadook, where I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, they started
so
toting that one as the new scariest movie of all. They even got a quote
Uh
from William Friedkin for
yeah,
that.
because when I saw that movie, I was like, why couldn't you just make a monster movie? Why did it have to
mm,
what you know what I mean? Like why did it
Mhm.
have to be try to be this like
The
other
real
thing?
monster was what?
this period
Postpartum
monster.
Yeah,
depression.
the real
Yeah.
monster was being a bitch. The real monster was having a fucking bitch mom. Why couldn't you just have a movie like a monster movie? So it's like now I guess because people like horror movies now are
My
trying to
God.
aspire to be
Hold
something.
on. Hold on. So Babadook is about a bitch mom that doesn't even like their kids, but she's afraid of them dying, but she doesn't really like them because she's
Right.
selfish, right? Like,
Mm.
yeah.
It's a lot like the mom in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that's where that's coming from. Is like now there's this attempt by like so many directors who are making horror movies to make them to try and like m- have them be more artistic or respectable, and
But do you think it's
and they're
just to
neglect
justify? You think
but
it's just to justify the fact that they're making this type of movie, which seems to be below them, but instead of just making that movie that's below them, then they try to put some type of an art house thing to it to
yeah,
make it legit?
yes, that's a good point. It's almost like they're approaching like making a horror movie from this place of cynicism or like contempt for horror, where they're like, well, the horror genre is beneath me, so if I am to approach making a horror movie, then it's gonna like I'll
I
have
would
to.
I would argue it's actually the reverse of that. I think the directors from the 70s and 60s and the 80s, the ones who made really great horror movies, felt that and were like,
Oh yeah.
this is a shit genre. I'm above. Wes Craven definitely felt that when he was making Nightmare on Elm Street, and they tried to strive for something better through that cynicism. I think now you have horror fans making these movies and then going, but we can also elevate it. I love the genre. Let me throw, and it's with this film, you have this gumbo of so many other different horror movies and thrillers that it is in reverence of and avoids creating its own unique moments from because they're so beholden to the past. I think it's essentially reverse engineering that approach of okay, well, we love horror movies so much that we're going to elevate this even more and do a Get Out. We're going to do even Maxine. I don't know if you saw Ty West's trilogy for X and
I've
Pearl
seen
and
X and Pearl. I haven't seen Maxine yet.
Maxine is. I thought Maxine was maybe the best one. I didn't like X. I didn't like Pearl, but I kind of feel like he's become guilty of that as well. And Maxine, it might be most transparent, but Maxine, I thought was a pretty fun time at the movies.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I guess that is a good because it's like I said, like everything is. It doesn't feel like there's nothing new under the sun. So I suppose like all the directors now, especially like horror directors, are these are people that were raised on the sort of uh whatever you want to call it, the irony or the cynicism or the iconoclastic kind of people that were like Wes Craven or
Hmm.
John Carpenter, Sam Raimi. They were raised on that kind of thing. These guys who were like like reinventing and reinvigorating the horror genre. And but now, yeah, it seems like they're trying to elevate it to something that I don't know if it can reach, but it tricks people into thinking that now these are movies have like more merit than they do. And so
Hmm.
now they're like now the horror genre has become this thing that's like respectable, I guess.
Yeah, it's
But
a total overcorrection to the lack of respect that it
yeah,
got in the 80s and
and
'90s.
and I don't this movie is part of that, but I think Ari Aster is to blame for a lot of this right now.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
as much as I enjoyed Hereditary, I thought Midsummer was like way too self-indulgent and way too long, and also like the way people because of him now are like perceiving the horror genre that it's can and I guess should be uh as artistic or deep as like other movies. Like it does
Hmm.
no. I want it to be fun.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
thing
there.
is this thing is like watching Longlegs. It's great as crime more than anything because I love bad horror movies. They're great. Jason X is great.
Hell yeah.
Uh, Leprechaun 4 is fun. There's plenty of bad horror movies that I really enjoy. This movie's Longlegs is great as crime is it's just fucking boring.
Mhm.
And it's like reaching to try and be something it's not, and in doing so, just making a movie that's a fucking slog to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has too many things going for it where it doesn't even feel like it's for anyone other than the director that likes all of those elements because there's nothing that you can really hold on to that that stays enough throughout the movie. Like I feel like if you try to hold on to one of the elements, it's mostly disappointing by the end. So even if you try to, oh, let me hold on to the horror elements of this movie or the detective elements of the movie, the anticlimactic ending is just kind of like, oh, this is how you decided to end this thing. Fine.
I wish more movies would do this like interactive marketing because they had a like a number you could call.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and I called that number one day and it was like Nicolas Cage on the phone. I was like, "Nick?" And it
Was he
was like
singing his song for you? Was
yeah,
he
he was like
daddy?
it was long like singing some song and I was like, "This is really cool. Like this is how you should
Yeah.
market a horror movie." So if the movie's greatest strength, I think the horror genre and horror cinema can take from it moving forward is just how to market a movie. Because I
Yeah,
genuinely watching the all the trailers and all the social media and everything leading up to this, I was like, this movie better make me like shit my britches. I better fucking pass out. It better be that scary. And not only was it not that scary, it was completely uninteresting.
uh well, they did that late 90s marketing with movies right before the internet where it was just easy to just tweet something out. They actually what set up a phone number and everything where it's just extra, that most movies don't go that extra mile anymore to like make you interested in the movie. So I appreciate that. I wish the movie had that effort too, I guess, so that
Yeah,
the marketing
I
isn't
was
better.
watching TikToks of like black women sending their friends the phone number and then reacting to Nicolas Cage's voice,
Hell
going,
yeah.
"There she is," doing that whole thing. So yeah, that honestly A+ marketing campaign, probably the best marketing campaign since the horrible Suicide Squad movie, I would say. So they did
Yeah.
something right,
So that's
and I
it,
guess.
huh? I'm some kind of long legs.
It looks like Neon is going to be taking a turn more into horror since this was so successful. They are going to be putting out friend of the show Chris Stuckman's new movie,
What is that movie?
Shelby Oaks, which we'll talk more about if he doesn't bow out now from the 4 minutes of Hans calling him a fucking retard on this show.
Do you see the I'm kind of excited for that next Neon one with Hunter Schafer, Cuckoo.
Oh yeah, that's out now. Also,
Cuckoo.
100% on Rotten. The best film ever made besides Longlegs. I'm hearing.
It's in YTS if you guys want to pirate it, by the way. I
Oh
saw that.
really?
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay,
pretty sure it's
I'm
there.
watching Dee Dee and Skincare in the next couple of days, but I guess I'll add Cuckoo to that.
Yeah, it looks interesting, and this Hunter Schafer lady, I think is a compelling figure in the media because she is trans, but it seems like she's to my mind, the first trans person who's not making a big deal out of it.
Should we do an episode on Deliverance?
The Deliverance.
The Deliverance, not, or you mean
Yeah,
John Borman's
sorry.
Deliverance? We did
M-
Deliverance
No,
proper.
my
No,
bad. You're right.
no,
Not like the actual,
the
not like the
black
actually
people
good movie.
Deliverance.
Yeah, Lee Daniels is.
Oh, that famous quote from that new movie. What is that, Hans? Could you
I
you
can
recite
smell
the
your
quote?
nappy pussy.
Wow.
With pointed. I isn't it sad that that's what Glenn Close is doing in 2024?
Don't tell me that
She's
was
just
Glenn Close who
It's
said
Glenn
that
that was
line.
Close,
Glenn
yeah.
Close. She's playing
What?
demonic monster with sharpened teeth, saying "nappy pussy" on
So yeah,
screen.
dude,
I'll give her props for
I
that.
wanted to know more about this movie. And so when it came out, I went to the Wikipedia because it's one of those movies that this is probably my favorite thing to do. Talking about movies is just read the Wikipedia synopsis for a movie that looks just interesting enough for me to not want to watch it, but to read the Wikipedia on it. So I've consumed a lot of movies that way. And but anyway, I went to the Wikipedia for this movie to read the synopsis, and all it said was it's kind of like The Exorcist, but a little different, and with black people instead of white people. That
What?
was
So they
all
just
it
run?
said.
They just run out of the room? Is that what happens? Like they don't stick around?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't whatever that I think that did about sum it up. I think that's what it is. Is it's a possession movie with black people, and
All
Glenn
right.
Close, her character is
Oh man.
she's basically just like a hood wigger who like fucked a black guy, and so she's the mom, like the mom in the movie to the main character who is a black woman. So the main character is like mixed
Uh,
race, and Glenn Close is the you know coal burner mother.
the disappointment. The disappointment to her
She
mother,
committed
right?
the
Yeah.
greatest sin, and that's
Hmm.
what allowed it in. Anyway, all right. So I guess we'll check out The Deliverance on an upcoming show.
I bet
Is
that'll
what
be a
you're getting
fun one.
at?
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but it's catching a lot of heat right now because Lee Daniels. Because like I guess the Glenn Close character in that movie is like a like white
Flavor of
lady who
Love.
who acts black,
Oh
and so
man.
her character in the movie is named Alberta, and Lee Daniels tweeted something out like everyone in the black community knows an Alberta. She's integral to the fabric of the black community.
Yeah,
And people were like,
every
"What the
19-year-old
fuck are you?"
guy lost his virginity to Alberta.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"